Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's happening? Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is probably one of them ones that I want folks to replay. Hey, Load, how you doing this morning, babe? I didn't sleep too well last night because I had a couple of conversations, a couple of people yesterday, and I woke up this morning and saw some posts on Facebook, and I just felt compelled to address it. So to the big Robb fans, you've been there with me forever. I love you. And this is probably not to you, but I appreciate everybody tuning in. Hey, little Debbie. So this mainly post right here is for all of the people who I see that have decided they want to become part of the Southern Soul business. I wasn't going to speak on this, but I think it's time to speak on it, and I feel that I have to speak on it. One, because there's a lot of up and coming artists who are making a lot of great music, and you guys want to be acknowledged and you have some ideas. So let me just give you a little bit of history, because when I talk to a lot of you up and coming artists individually, you're jumping into an industry, which is the music industry, and you're jumping into a genre of music which everybody's calling Southern Soul, but you don't necessarily know who created Southern Soul. You don't know who the forefathers are, and a lot of the up and coming ones respect for those who are here. So let me just give you just a little bit of information. And first of all, I'm coming from the place of spirit of peace and love. If you want to make records, you want to sell records, you want to be famous. You talk about how somebody is stopping you, some of you all, from getting on shows. Promoters, this is the promoter's job. Well, let me just go back. First of all, I'll in a second. But as far as the history of Southern Soul, I joined the Southern Soul business probably around 1999. Before that, I was in a funk band called Zap featuring Roger. We sold millions of records, went around the country, led by the legendary great Roger Troutman and his family. And y'all know the history and a lot. If you don't know the songs, that probably means that you're not old enough. So go do your history and find out what that entity was and what it still is. Okay, one of the greatest funk groups of all time. Then I got brought into the Southern Soul business and the soul music, blues music business by a gentleman whose name is Mel Waiters, who wrote some extremely fabulous songs, was an extremely great performer, songwriter, entertainer, recording engineer, and one hell of a nice guy. He opened the door. Mel Waiters, many of us, not just myself, Sir Charles Jones, TK Soul, Omar Cunningham, and the list goes. I'll just call out those names right now. Mel Waiters opened the door for us. We all either went to San Antonio, where he lived at, and recorded in his studio, or he loaned us some money along the way, or he allowed us to get on one of his records. He recorded one of our songs. What Mel Waiters did for me was he took me to Malaco Records and pretty much footed the bill. He said, hey, this kid wants to do a remix of my song, yada, yada. I pay the bill. Give him my opportunity. That allowed me to come into the Southern Soul music business. When I first joined Southern Soul business 20 years ago, and there were folks who were here then, we still had the great Marvin Cease then, Lil Milton, Johnny Taylor, Tyrone Davis, Artie Blues Boy White, Denise LaSalle, Shirley Brown, and so many other ones. There were people who were already here. They were already doing what they were doing. And the first thing was I asked OB this question. I asked Sir Charles Jones this question. I asked TK Soul this question. I asked Omar this question. The first thing that happened was when we were in the presence of the people who I just named, Mr. Johnny Taylor, Mr. Marvin Cease, Mr. Mel Waiters, Miss Denise LaSalle, we were extremely very, very respectful, and we knew that we were in the presence of some great folks. some of the up and coming Southern Soul artists, you look across the stage at guys who have sold more records than you, done more shows than you, have way more experience, and rather than befriend them and get the knowledge that that the OGs have, you think you're in competition. You're not in competition with the OGs because the OGs have already done what it is that they're doing. Okay? You're in competition with yourself. And the best way to beat yourself is to get out of your own way. So I'm sharing this all just to say this. It's some of the up and coming. I hear all these folks talking about Southern Soul, and you complain about the promoters don't hire you. The DJs don't play your music. Well, just because you make a record does not mean that everybody's going to like it. I've made more records in the Southern Soul in the last 20 years, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I've made more records and more albums in the last 20 years than anybody in Southern Soul. I have produced with TK Soul, Sir Charles Jones, O.B. Buchanan, Wendell B., Omar Cunningham, Mel Waiters, Denise LaSalle, Ghetto Cowboy, Pat Cooley, Special, Toya Jones, my son R3, Carl Marshall. I've collaborated and worked with damn near everybody in Southern Soul that really, really matter. And I'm up with working with anybody now if we can make us a hit record. Okay? Young folks is coming in the game. And I don't care if you're 50 years old, but if you're coming in this game and you ain't got no decades in it, slow your roll. Get with some of us OGs. Maybe we can try to help you and let you understand a little bit of it. Okay? But what I see is everybody's complaining. Now, to this thing about the promoters. There's many promoters out here. Mr. Julius Lewis does a thing called the Blues Is All Right Tour. Sometimes I've been invited to be on there. Most of the times I haven't been invited on there. I don't get upset with that because I understand that that man is investing his money and he can spend his money however he wants to. This conception that artists are sitting around telling promoters how to spend their money, it really don't work that way. It really works the other way around. The promoter hires the artist, okay? And when the promoter hires the artist, they may ask us who we think would be good on the show. Most of us OGs, because we know that's a trick question, we're going to say, hey, man, I don't know, just whoever you want, because we don't want to spit salt on nobody's name. There's a gentleman by the name of Charles Wilson who made a lot of great soul blues music and is a viable artist today. He taught me a long time ago. He said, Big Robb, don't ever salt down another man and stop another man from trying to get on the show, because that man may need to get on that show so he can get his blood pressure medicine. He may be sitting over with the lights out, and you could say something to make a promoter feel like not hiring that man. So the OGs, we really don't do that. But the misconception is that we are. And let me tell you this, the promoters lie to artists, okay? They do lie to artists. So sometimes these promoters will tell you, oh my goodness, man, I wanted to get you on the show, but such and such didn't want you on the show. Man, these guys spend their money on what they want to spend their money on. Okay, just like when you go to the grocery store, ain't nobody in the hell gonna tell you to put pork chops in the basket if you had your mind set on hamburger. Okay? So let's clear that one up. Now, this star thing. To the up and comers, get you a hit record. Okay? Get you a record that everybody likes. Not a record that your homeboy who's the DJ and your auntie and your cousin and your aunt played 6, 7 times and they really don't like it, but they love you too much to tell you that it really ain't shit. Okay, I'm talking about get you one of those records. Get you a Hole in the Wall. Get you a There Anybody Lonely. Get you a Candyland. Get you a Side Piece. Get you a Hell to the No No. I won't even name any. Well, Hell to the No No, that's my song, but I won't even name any songs. I'll take myself out of it. But you got to get out here, and the way you get one of those is by being friends with the DJs, by working your ass off. Okay? So here's the third misconception I want to clear up. When you look and you see a TK Soul, you see a Big Robb, you see a Nelly Tiger Travis, you see Sir Charles Jones, do you understand how many times we have went and played for free? That ain't nothing normal. I mean, that's something normal. Do you understand how many times we slept on somebody's couch or slept in the car trying to get there? Do you understand how many times we begged to get on the show? Do you understand how we've been hijacked and held hostage by many of DJs? They don't even do it like the way when we first came along 15, 20 years ago, some of the guys we had to ask to play our music. Oh my goodness. On some of their requests, ridiculous. Okay. So the playing field has been changed a lot. Special shout out to guys like Willie Clayton, the great Willie Clayton, who come down the way and made things better. Everybody that's come before us has done what they possibly can to make it better in some way, shape, or form. So this whole thing of the Southern Soul takeover, I don't go sell some records, you know, and please stop everybody, y'all, on Facebook salting each other down. In the same time, I bet, as Omar said, you don't even know how to keep your publishing. You don't even know what publishing is. The first comes in hand, puts $500 in front of you, you're going to sign it away. And I ain't mad at you because the first person that put $500 in front of me, when I first started making records, I signed mine away too. You dig? But it's time for us to get some togetherness out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just speaking as an OG. All the young cats, my door is open. If you want to inbox me, say, hey, Unc, how can you do this? How can I do that? Everybody know, ask Pokey, ask Tucker, ask J1. Okay? They all got me on speed dial. Okay? And I'm not putting nobody's business out there. I'm just saying, let's be a family, y'all. All this back and forth, and this guy don't like that guy, and all that. This is the Southern Soul. It's a genre of music. We didn't start it. Okay? I ain't the first guy to put an 808 on a blues record, but I'm the guy who probably made it famous in modern day. Get it, FYI, is a gentleman by the name of Rich Case. Go back and listen to Johnny Taylor, Good Love. That's when they started. He's the first man who had the guts to mix the hip hop and the blues together. Johnny Taylor, Good Love. Okay, and I think that was like 1995, one of the last big records that Johnny Taylor had, before the record before Soul Heaven. Okay, but we out here, we doing stuff, you know, and I'm seeing all these posts, a bunch of artists. None of you have sold any records. The reason why the promoters is not hiring you is because they don't believe they give you some money, enough people is going to show up for them to make their money back. If a promoter believes that you can help him make some money, he's going to pay you and invite you to come do a show. It's a business, guys. It's an industry. Okay? It's a business. It's an industry. Go study the industry. Come to some of the OGs humbly as you possibly can. Okay? And say, hey, man, how can I do this? How can I get that done? Our doors are open. But all this backward and forth, and everybody's a star and because you made a record, man, it's when people who don't know anything about our genre of music look at it, they looking like we all looking crazy as hell. Okay? And it's hard to sit back after I have put 20 years day in and day out and watch my brothers and sisters sacrifice day in and day out. It's hard to watch some of the direction I see going on. So just as the uncle out here, everybody's uncle, Uncle Big Robb. Okay? Uncle Big Robb. Just as everybody's uncle, I'm saying, hey, man, let's get the family back together. Okay? I see my nephew Yayo on here. Yayo, he got an auto-tune box. I got an auto-tune box. Okay? He uses his in the unique way that he uses his. I use mine. Are we similar in some ways? Yeah, we both got beards with gray in them. Yes, we both been around for a long time and been making a lot of music. Okay? And we try to remain as humble as possible. I'm just using Ye as an example. Okay? You can hear, what does Omar say? You can hear from the OGs. Reach out. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Willie Charles, so many, you know what I mean? It's so many folks out here, man. It's so many folks out here, man. It's so many of us out here. So like I say, normally I'm going on posts, I'm promoting a record or something, but I just felt compelled to share that because I'm starting to see some things that are really, really it's already been annoying me, but now it's starting to really, really vex my spirit. And I know that every artist ever wants is to make a song that people like. That's all we all really want. We just want to write a song that somebody would like, and that, you know what I mean, if we get rich off of it, that we ain't even smart enough to even be worrying about getting rich. We just want to make some music that people would like and just have you guys love our art. You know what I'm saying? But we're never going to get to that point. DJs only got so many hours. You just think about it for a second. A DJ has got 60 minutes every hour to play music. 45 or 20 minutes of that hour is going to be for commercials. Whenever a radio station is playing a record, guys, that means that the radio station ain't making no money. Radio stations only make money when they're playing commercials. Okay? Because somebody's paying $50 for one of those commercials, $100 every time you hear. So when they playing records, okay, it's a trick game. They play music to keep you listening to the radio station, and they sell advertising to people. They say, I got a bunch of people listening, so they play records that people want to hear. And in the meantime, they add commercials in there. Just like when we watch our favorite TV show, then it goes to what? A commercial break. Reason why it's going to commercial break is because that's the way that this radio station or TV station stays on the air. DJs only have so many records they can play. If they choose to play 3 Tucker records in a row, 1 Big Robb record, a Mel Waiters record, and a Johnny Taylor record, and they don't choose to play your record, does that mean your record is not good? No, that does not mean your record is not good. What that means is that's the DJ's prerogative. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. Every record I make, they don't play. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Some of the records I made that I don't really think is nothing, people, if I told y'all some of my songs that people say they love the most by Big Robb, what I really thought about them, y'all would be surprised sometimes. Then there's some songs that I think is great, ain't nobody played them. Okay? So we have to stay together out here. It's a lot of up and coming artists. And the thing that's amazing about this to me is that in the hip hop world, we got 16 and 17-year-old cats. So that's a younger person's game. Over here in Southern Soul, the basic age, J1 is a baby, but the basic age is, 30, 35 years old. So it's a lot of grown folks out here who should just know better. Y'all should know just to be a little bit more respectful of each other. Okay? But I will say this once again, and I'm not hating on no promoters because I need promoters so I can stay in business. But a promoter and a DJ will lie to you just like an artist will lie to a promoter and a DJ. Okay? It's the God's honest truth. Okay? So some of you guys, slow your roll. Don't take some of the stuff that some of the DJs and some of the promoters may tell you, because you may be listening to a promoter who say he's not going to put you on the show because such and such say they don't want you on the show. Such and such don't even know nothing about that, man. Okay? Because I've had it happen to me. I've had artists up and come and say, Unc, I heard you say you didn't want me to be on the show. I'm like, dude, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Like, man, the dude is paying me. I'm working for him. I ain't the boss. The promoter is the boss. Okay? But we got to stop the infighting and all the backwards and forward. If you want to win the game, seek God first. Get closer to him. Ask him to bless you. And as he blesses you, things will start to move out your way. Okay? Come to the OGs. When you get a chance to talk, you up and coming artists, you get a chance to talk to TK Soul. Okay? Sit down with him. Say, hey, man, can you just tell me 3 things today? You get a chance to talk to Omar or Sir Charles. You know what I mean? You get a chance to talk to Tucker. You get a chance to talk to Nelly Tiger. Okay? I thought I knew Nelly Tiger. I just use that example. I've done a gazillion shows with her, been around the sister forever. When I really went back and studied the history, man, that lady been out here for half of her lifetime, singing on bad speakers and jumping up and down and giving shows and arguing with promoters and trying to keep bands together and riding city to city. Respect that hustle, man. Respect it. But I ain't met nobody out here in Southern Soul that's not approachable yet. You can still come to any one of us and say, hey, guys, how y'all doing? You know what I mean? Can you help me out, Unc? I'm trying to figure out this. But some of the younger cats, your approach is more like, oh, we going to show y'all old and y'all tired. Man, good. I'm going to say this. You say it's arrogant. Good luck on that shit. I done made enough hit records. I live, sleep, and breathe hit records. Don't get it twisted. But with that, I'm willing to share the knowledge. And y'all know I do. So I ain't lying on myself. Okay? But the arrogancy, we ain't got no room for that. Let's just be a family, y'all. Can we please be a family? Because there's going to be a new generation of Southern soul and blues singers. And you guys may be able to actually take this music somewhere that all the ones who came before you didn't take it. But don't get it twisted. You stand on the backs of those who came before you. Okay? Many a time I pulled up to a club, and if any of my Southern Soul OGs is in here, they can give you the same thing. Many times I pulled up to a club, and because Marvin Cease had already played there and had it out with the promoter knew not to try some BS with me. Okay? You stand on the backs of Willie Clayton and Mel Waiters. Okay? We stand on the backs of the great Johnny Taylor. Okay. You want to make records. We stand on the backs of Rich Kaysen and Frederick Douglass. Frederick Knight. Shut up, Omar. I know you're laughing. We stand on the backs of those who came before us. McKinley Mitchell, the great McKinley Mitchell, the great Lil Milton. Okay. Denise LaSalle, Millie Jackson, Rudy Ray Moore. We stand on the backs of these people, man. Okay. James Brown. These folks went up and down Highway 61. Okay. They went up and down 20 and 40 and got city to city, town to town and did it so much that it made us as little kids say we want to be stars too. Okay. But we got to get along out here a little bit better. My inbox is open. Okay. I hope I ain't pissed nobody off, but if you have, I still am the man that made good love to make you cry, grown and sexy. Sugar Shack, let me take you to the crying zone, and a bunch more. So I ain't tripping on it, but we here for you young folks. Okay. And and for those of you all who know me and ain't nobody out here in Southern Soul that really in the Southern Soul business that can't pick up the phone and call Big Robb. Okay. We got to, guys, we got to bring this thing up a little bit. Okay, before we start losing people. Okay, this is real out here. You know what I'm saying? Before we start losing people out here. And so I'm just coming from a place of love and peace. Okay. But man, God bless everybody out there. But we got to respect each other a little bit better. Older artists, now that I've said that, what I'm saying to young artists, let me say this to all my peers out here. When they come to us, let's be a little bit more humble. Let's be a little bit more respectful. And let's remember when we didn't necessarily have so many hit records. Let's remember when we didn't have so many fans. And let's remember that. Okay? Because we all need each other out here. And that's not just in the music business. That's not just in the black community. That's in life everywhere. So, you call Big Robb just when you need a laugh. Anime, I believe you, baby. So I'm out, y'all. I wouldn't be Big Robb if I didn't tell you this Friday, new Big Robb CD, Smooth, Grown, and Sexy. Mostly instrumental song album is coming out for those of you who need some music to ride and think to. I know I like to get in the car sometimes and just ride and just think and just, reflect on how good God has been to me and what I'm going to do and all that. So I put together an instrumental album for folks. It's smooth as I'm not getting out the soul blues music business. I'm not throwing my onesie away. I'm not going to stop doing that, but I just wanted to kind of broaden my horizons because I am a songwriter and recording artist. When the artist such as James Brown came to town, it was like a family reunion. Absolutely. Good morning, Miss Casey. And it absolutely was like it's still a family reunion. We was just at Pokey's birthday party, and I was so proud. I was so proud of all my nephews and the brothers in the business I'm talking about. There was no funny vibes, wasn't no weirdness. Me and OB and Tucker and Pokey and P2K and Fat Daddy and J1 and Nelly Tiger Travis and Stacey Adams and Yayo. And I seen Rodney the Boss down there and Benito. And I didn't know the man that made Funky 40 was there. I didn't meet him that night, but I liked that song. And Jeter Jones and Lady Q and Jeff Floyd. And, it was just like a homecoming in a good way. Okay? It was a homecoming in a great way. You understand? So, hey, Sister Beverly McDowell, how you doing this morning? So it was a homecoming in a great way. And all the company, and I didn't get to talk to Veronica, but just all the different people that was there. It was a homecoming and it was a blessed event. And y'all and Pokey and Crystal and everybody that's on their team, y'all did one hell of a job. And we got to do more of that. Okay? We have to do more of that out here, man. Can we just please just get it together and keep it together, y'all? I'm just at the family reunion. Everybody welcome to come on by and get a shot of Crown and a chicken wing off the grill. You know what I'm saying? But we just got to, guys, we got to start showing a little bit of more love for each other because it's a lot of hard work and we all need each other. We all need each other. So God bless everybody. Y'all have a blessed day. And man, you guys keep doing what you're doing. Big Robb is coming. The Big Robb show is coming. Okay, what she said. We had a great time poking birthday party, even at the hotel in the lobby afterwards. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Man, it's just off the chain. So that's all I'm saying, man. We got to get together, y'all. We got to get together, man. We got to get together because we're missing out. There's a lot of knowledge that we need to be showing each other. And what made me read a post this morning. I'm not gonna call whose name put the post up there, but I was like, man, if I see one more post about all this Southern soul back and forth, I don't follow country and western like that, but I don't see Willie Nelson and Trace Atkins and all them boys over in the country world. I don't see them tweeting about each other, okay, and talking crazy about each other. I don't necessarily. I know the rappers, they enjoy having beef because it's controversy sells records, but for the most part, they handle their beef away from a lot of social media. Sometimes some of them do, okay, but uh, Brother Steve say he got me in May. Okay, cool. And let me say this: when I'm sitting here talking, I'm not reading all the contents, but it's a lot of great opportunity out here. A lot of promoters are looking for new and up and coming artists. Okay. And pay attention to what you're posting on here, y'all. Because it may be somebody ready to give you a gig, opening up for somebody or doing something. And they see you got a bunch of mess going on. Don't nobody want to be bothered with all that. So there it is, y'all. I done said all that need to be said and probably too much. Much love to everybody. God bless y'all. Did I tell y'all the new Big Robb record, Smooth, Grown, and Sexy, come out this week? Oh, man, have y'all heard this new record I did with Wendell B? So there you go. Big Robb and Wendell B done got together and made a record. Now, that's wild and crazy right there. Okay? So check it out. The song's called Take It All. And just much love to everybody. If y'all need me, hit me on the inbox. And promoters, I got a pretty good show. I'm a pretty good entertainer. Some folks say I'm even better than I say I'm going to say because I don't want to be arrogant. We need to go to work, baby. Holla at your boy. God bless everybody. Y'all have a blessed week. And I'll probably come back on Valentine's Day. Let me do something live from the bathtub, ladies, so you can see what a plus size man look like with shirt off.